morning. You're listening to 92.7 Arrow FM, and this is the Nothing Personal Show with Nikki King. And today in the studio, I've got two guests, so I'm really lucky. And they are, well, we know Barbara. She's been on the show a couple of times now. And she's from Mini Mutts in Featherstone, and they do doggy daycare and now dog walking as well. So we're going to talk to her a little bit more about that. And we've got Anna Marie Thompson. Now, she is fulfilling another one of my passions. I absolutely love clocks. So I have two things that I really like. One is clocks. Actually, three things. I love lamps, and I also love boxes. So, you're fulfilling one of my many passions with your clocks. Yeah, and they're amazing looking clocks. Also, I need to mention that our show is sponsored by Hot Yoga for You. Thank you, Sherry. And she's got another beginner's yoga class on tonight at 7 p.m. Unkirapuni, and it's just behind the pharmacy. And it's really, really lovely. I went to have a look at it. I didn't actually do the yoga, but I went to have a look at it anyway last week. And it's a lovely studio, lovely and warm. So if you're feeling a bit chill, get into there tonight and you're a beginner at yoga, get nice and warm in the studio and learn how to get flexible. Yay. Yeah, so and also we're sponsored at the moment by my business, Fuzzbox Designs, who does website design, graphic design, social media. We do some social media videos. We do a bit of everything, really. We're your one-stop shop for digital tech and marketing. So if you're stuck with anything digital, we're the people to see. Okay, so I'm going to say hello to my guests now. Good morning, Barbara.
Hello, Nikki. How are you?
I'm great. And good morning, Anna Marie.
Morning.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes,
Thank you for being guest this morning. So, Barbara, do you want to just introduce yourself in case anybody doesn't know who you are?
Oh, for the new listeners.
For the new listeners. And actually, we've got cameras now, so that's pretty exciting.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I'm Barbara Jackson, and I own and run Mini Mutts Daycare in Featherstone. And we do daycare for smaller dogs up to 20 kgs. And just Monday to Friday, mainly for commuters are my main clients, but I do have casuals as well. And I've also just started a new dog walking service, which covers the South Wairarapa. There is a mileage fee for those who have dogs requiring walking from, say, Martinborough and Greytown, Carterton. We'll even come as far as Masterton if required. And to do that, I've had to sort of employ Anne-Marie to do the walking for me.
Yeah, so there's a connection there.
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you actually not only got separate businesses, but you actually support each other in your business as well. She
contracts to me, so she's younger and fitter than I am. So she gets to do all the hard yards, but she's really into her fitness as well. So it's a really good bonus for me. I still take my little mini mutts out for walks, of course.
Yep.
But that's usually just once a day.
Yep.
Whereas Anne-Marie will be out 2 or 3 times a day, hopefully.
So you're into fitness then?
Yes.
Oh, what are you up to? Because I've just started a fitness regime.
Have you?
Yeah.
In summer I play softball.
Oh, nice.
But I don't play for the Wairarapa. I play for the Kapiti Coast.
Oh, nice.
So I actually travel over there. I'm a pitcher for a women's 280.
Wow.
I've played since I was 7.5.
My boy plays softball, so maybe he's going to carry on. And
it's a great game.
It is. It's good to watch.
It is a dying game, sadly.
Oh no, that's a shame.
Just teenagers find boys and girls and
I think they find
cars and alcohol. But then they come back once they grow up.
Yeah,
they generally do.
It's real fun to watch.
And you realise the good stuff in life.
It's a great game. Yeah. In 2021, I'm actually heading to Japan for the World Masters.
Oh, fantastic! So you really are competing on an international level.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've put a team together. There's a team of 21 of us. I think it's 21.
Wow.
Of us going over for 14 days.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you've got to carry about 4 pitches because I'm not pitching 14 days.
No.
Yeah, I'll be quite broken.
I did some Masters games when I was fitter a couple of years ago. I did hockey. My word, I was absolutely shattered after about 6 games consecutively of hockey, or 8 games. I can't remember however it was. Just hard out. Your body takes some punishment from doing it like that.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's good on you.
The next day I generally can't move my shoulder.
No.
Yeah.
So you've got one shoulder bigger than the other?
Yeah, I do actually, believe it or not. But I've also got big shoulders. Yeah, because I swam for years as well. So I've got swimmer shoulders.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. And your business is called Real Time. So do you want to tell us a bit about that?
So I make clocks from cable reels, basically. I generally import my faces, so and I can make to order to somebody's decor. They range from 40 centimetres right up to 100 centimetres in diameter in the clocks. So they're starting to take off. They're ticking along, so to speak.
She's got a few in stock at the moment.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've just finished 3 on the weekend.
Right.
They're pretty amazing clocks. I've had a lot of feedback, some quite cheeky feedback, but also, just some amazing feedback as well. I'd like them to move a bit faster because you can only hold so many.
Well, they're quite big, aren't they?
Well, they can be from 40 centimetres in diameter right up to 100, so we can go.
So they're pretty.
I've got one on my wall in my lounge.
Yours is 85.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like a statement piece.
They are, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're timeless, you know.
And
timeless.
they're recycled.
Yes, completely. Oh, except the faces, obviously.
Yeah. But like you're using some materials that perhaps wouldn't have ever been used for anything before.
They just get
thrown away, or a lot of people pick them up for daycares. Doggy daycares.
Well, yeah,
as
I've got some of the bigger cable reels that aren't suitable, or any that aren't suitable for Anne-Marie. I've got those for the dogs to climb on and play in, because you can actually knock out a couple of the pieces in the middle and they can go inside them.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. It's really quite cool. They make a great kennel, actually.
Well, perhaps you should get into that. There's an idea for you.
Well, yeah. I just don't know how good they are weatherproof wise, because I don't know that that's treated timber.
No.
So, for being in exposed areas.
Yeah, I suppose you'd have to add something to them then.
Yeah, you'd have to treat them somehow.
And insulate them. If you're going to use them as a kennel.
Yeah.
You need a tall dog.
Yeah. For little dogs, they're great.
Yeah.
I suppose it'd be good for goats when they jump on things as well. You know, goats like climbing, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't got any goats.
So, Barbara, you've got a new service going on down in Featherston with dogs.
Yeah, the dog walking, which I mentioned just before. Anne-Marie does the walking for me because she's, as I said, younger and fitter. And so far we've got how many clients? Probably 9 or 10?
Yeah, 10 clients.
And Anne-Marie does the dog walking at the moment on a Monday, Tuesday and Friday, because she's got another job on a Wednesday, Thursday, which we're kind of hoping, dog walking will pick up and she can chuck that other job.
And clock sales.
And clock sales.
Yeah, plus my clocks. Yeah.
Yeah. So with clocks, what drew you to clocks?
Cut a long story short, 2 years ago I was in a fatal car accident. I almost died. Wasn't our fault.
Yep.
Sadly, a woman was on her phone and she crossed the centre line.
Oh, that's terrible, eh? That's a lesson for everybody not to be on the phone.
That's it, exactly. Distraction does kill.
Yep.
So recovery, basically. And I was just laying on my couch because I had my 3rd operation to keep me alive. And I had made a clock, and I looked up at my clock and I thought, what am I going to do? I can't go back to work just yet. So I rang Barb and I went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a clock. And she was like, really? I went, now I've got to find reels. So I started ringing around all the electrical companies in the Wairarapa. And my first reel that I got was from the guys just down the road here in Marsden, but it was way too big. So I just dropped it off at Barb's. And
that was my first one.
Yeah. And then, eventually I found suppliers who would give me reels.
Right.
So I just took my time because I had time to make time. Yeah. And my first one was just like, oh, no, I don't like this. And then I saw the faces on the internet. So I started to import them.
Yes.
And just went from there, basically. So they are getting out there. My grandfather, like you said earlier, Nikki, your grandfather liked clocks. My grandfather's grandfather's grandfather used to make clocks in England.
Oh, nice.
A lot of greats in there.
Well, mine was my great-grandfather on my grandmother's side, who's Lee, the family of Lee.
Yeah.
And he was very, very big into clocks. I think he was known for mending clocks. So, yeah.
I've got my grandfather's great-grandfather's grandfather clock at home.
So that they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
And there were so many master clockmakers
Back in
around
the day,
those times. Yeah.
They don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. No, and it's beautiful. It is. It needs to be restored.
Yep.
But I'm not a restorer. I'm a maker.
No.
So
And you do it bespoke as well.
yes,
pretty much.
yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and finding those people that can do that now. I've got an old Smith with clock that you wind up and it's got chimes that I found at a car boot sale back in England that I brought here. And that needs a little bit of attention. But it's lovely to hear the tick, 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 tick of the old clocks that had the mechanical mechanisms. Sometimes you could just sit and relax, meditate to that kind of sound.
I actually hate the sound of clocks.
You do?
I hate them. Yeah, it drives me batty.
So your clock's electric?
They're silent. No, they're normal. They're your normal mechanism, but the silent tickers. Yeah, so
They don't have the loud tick.
So do you have to wind them?
No.
No, so they're
battery operated. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing on my side. I'm actually just raising money because I'm heading to the States in September. So
softball again.
Yeah. Not for an actual softball game. This is just a girls' trip. Yeah. So
team building.
Well, what an inspiration that you're still doing softball after all these surgeries and things.
I have to.
Yeah,
I have to. I also go to the gym down in Greytown at
nice.
Strength Nation.
All right,
So I go there 3-4 times a week as well at night time. Then obviously walking the dogs, and I can walk up to 15k a day with these dogs as well.
Yeah,
So,
and the dogs love that, don't they?
Dogs are amazing. They really, really are. You know, just being out there with them, you don't even need to talk to them. Really.
No.
But you do. And they do understand.
No, they do. Totally understand.
And they know that they're with you as well.
And that you're the boss.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
They just follow you wherever you go.
So I've just undertaken, like I say, I used to play hockey years ago, and then circumstances meant that I stopped doing exercise and whatever and put lots of weight on. It's really hard to take those first steps to come back to, and I've joined the gym. I've joined CrossFit in Manaya.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm doing CrossFit at the moment.
Well, yeah, hard out cardio.
Well, it sort of is, but it's at your level. So, but I'm really enjoying it. This week has been a turning point that I've actually, my body doesn't hurt. You know, you still feel it, but it's been great. I'm so feeling so much better.
Yeah, and
Get those endorphins running now.
Yeah,
and weren't you up at 7:30 on a Saturday morning to go to CrossFit?
Do you know what? It's addictive.
Oh, I couldn't do that on Saturday morning. No.
It's addictive. Actually, it was probably one of the best workouts I've ever done this Saturday. Mind you, I say that every time I come back.
Yeah.
She's become addicted, I think.
Well, you know, but I'm seeing my body change. I've only done 5 workouts, and I'm actually seeing lots of changes already. So
It's good. It's got to be good for you.
It has,
You know,
yeah.
you can't be the only person in the hospital dying
No.
of nothing.
No.
So, that's the way I look at it anyway.
Exactly. No, and it's just the positivity that's come from it, really, and the people. Because I'm rubbish at motivating myself. I'm a great motivator in my business. I can motivate myself to do work, but to actually move, and because I was in team sports, and you know, you get motivation from your teammates, don't you?
Yep.
And this is the nearest thing I can get without doing team sports. I'd die if I played hockey.
I used to play hockey years ago.
I'd die if I went back. But hopefully my goal is to get back and play a game eventually.
You should.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Masters again, you know.
Yeah.
So, anything new in the mini mutts?
Not as such. Just the new service with the dog walking. At the moment, we're actually going through a bit of a lull. Because of school holidays, people have been away, and surprisingly and sadly, I've had quite a few sick dogs.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, and it's due to kennel cough actually.
Yeah.
There are people out there, and we've come across them ourselves, Anne-Marie and I, out at where we walk the dogs, who have sick dogs, and they still take them out to public places, and they really shouldn't.
No.
They should be kept at home, away from public places, because kennel cough is highly contagious.
It's not. I had a dog that caught that once, and it's not nice, eh?
It's not nice
at all.
It's generally not life threatening.
No.
And it sort of affects those younger dogs, sort of under 2-year-old dogs, and the older dogs, or those who've got like compromised immune systems and things like that. And unfortunately, a couple of my younger dogs have got it, and one of my older dogs. So that means several weeks away from daycare, and one pair of dogs have been away for a couple of months.
Gee, and they've still got it.
And well, they're still recovering from it, but now their owners have actually gone away for a couple of months, and hopefully that'll give them a bit more time to recover. Yeah, and they'll come back hopefully at the end of September.
And that's not good for the owners or the dog. I mean, it's like it's like daycare, isn't it? Once the child's sick, they've got to stay home, otherwise the whole brood of your dogs.
Yeah, will come down with it, and then
pack.
For me.
Yeah, no. I suppose you have to be really careful about any of that, if you see any sickness.
Yeah, that's right. You've got to be onto it pretty quick. And kennel cough, unfortunately, it's kind of like childhood chicken pox and things like that you don't know they've got it until they start the symptoms.
Yeah.
And the symptoms appear. And there's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately.
And is there no vaccination for it?
There is a kennel cough vaccination, but like the human flu vaccination, it only covers a certain strain.
So you have to keep doing that every year?
They recommend every 6 months to 12 months, depending on the type of vaccination, because there is one of the dog ones is they give it to them through their nose.
Right.
And that's usually, so I believe, one that you need every 6 months.
Yep.
But there is an injection one, and that's a yearly one for that one as well.
Cool.
But again, like I said, it only covers a certain strain. So there are lots of different strains of kennel cough out there. So hopefully by being vaccinated and they catch a different strain, the vaccination will help them cope better with recovery.
Yeah, so I suppose really there should be a little bit of an awareness campaign around people keeping their dogs at home if they've got kennel cough.
Yes.
Yeah,
most definitely. Yeah, we were quite disappointed to see this person out there with their dogs, not just once but twice.
Gosh.
And hence a couple of my dogs have come down with it because the spores are out there. And
and I suppose it is like when chickenpox starts going about, everybody gets it. It's around and it's in the air and wherever the dog goes.
Yeah, but there's lots of information online about kennel cough, but if you think your dog's got it or anything, always go to your vet.
So is there any symptoms that they sort of typically start with?
Yeah, when they start their symptoms, they cough like they sound like a honking goose, or if people have ever had kids who have had croup, maybe it sounds a bit like that as well. They can have a runny nose, they can be quite sneezy and maybe a bit lethargic. But generally speaking, dogs are still their usual happy self, but just got this horrible cough.
Oh, it's a shame that, isn't it? What a shame.
Yeah, which is quite contagious. But
so what drew you to? How did you two meet? How did you end up walking dogs for Barbara?
I suppose our relationship started a couple of years ago.
With your
so I have a
dog.
little foxy cross Jack Russell.
Oh, nice.
I also have a 13-month-old German Shepherd as well.
Oh, they're beautiful dogs.
He's stunning.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful dogs.
He's a bit sad at the moment. He's just being neutered and.
Oh dear.
Takes me.
Surgery, actually.
Yeah, it was
How
major
did you
surgery.
do this to me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look at me like that. He's like, "What happened? I was fine."
Where did they
woke
go?
up like this.
Yeah, he was quite funny.
Who nicked my testicles?
He only had one, and unfortunately, one was right up inside his stomach, so he's had a major operation.
Oh, that's big, yeah.
Yeah, so he's from an active dog to being basically crate.
Oh, shame, yeah.
But it's for his future health as well.
It is for his future health, yeah, because potentially the ones inside them can turn cancerous.
Exactly, yeah, because one of my boys had to have a procedure to pull that down. Yeah. So, I mean, it's the same, I would imagine, that they could get cancerous if they left up there.
Yeah, it would be awful if I lost him.
So, no, it was basically through Anne-Marie's littlest dog, Southgate.
Yeah, so
I started to have him.
That's right, yeah.
But we met when I was working at the supermarket.
Yeah, it was real funny. So I had my, should I say I had mine? I didn't plan it. I was in the car accident, and my poor little dog was suffering from not being able to walk as well. He's also got a bout of depression because he lost two of his family members within a short space of each other. So we had two older dogs. Good years in them, 17 and 15
Oh, that's
years.
good age for dogs.
Yeah, and so we love our dogs. We look after them. And so I rang the vet and I said, is there anybody who has doggy daycare or something? And they put me on to Barb. And so I rocked around to Barb's house for a meet and greet, and I was like, oh my God, it's you. And she's like, oh my God, it's you. Because I'm mainly new to Featherston. I'm from Kapiti Coast. So this will be my third year over here in the Wairarapa.
Yep.
And I just said, do you think he could come a couple of days a week? And it started off as a couple of days a week.
Here we are.
Yeah. and then in one of my recoveries, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to let him come to you. I'll actually come out with you guys. And, started walking.
Getting to know the pack and all that
that's
sort of
cool.
stuff.
Yeah. It was quite daunting at first because you're like, gee, how do you remember all these names? And you do, you soon pick it up.
It's like teachers at school,
Yeah.
How am I going to remember all the names of these kids? But it happens.
I know, and they all get really excited by one another, don't they? Because I've been down at Barbara's place, and it's mad.
It's awesome, mate.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's organised chaos. It really is. We love it. We visit all the time.
Yeah.
Like I may meet Barb in the morning and I've got 10 dogs on board and I'll meet her with, like, she may have 12 or 14. So people, like, see us and they're
blown away.
Yeah. Cause
Are they all your dogs?
Yeah. People have asked that.
Yeah,
like,
they
no,
do. That's
no.
funny.
So, we could be walking 26 dogs at one time. That's our most
we've done at one time.
How many?
26.
How do you do that?
Well, we just generally most of them are off lead.
We do it down at Lake Wairarapa.
Okay.
Yeah,
which is really, really handy. It's a great place to be able to do that because the
can't
only other
imagine.
places really you can walk off leash are at dog parks.
Yeah, I can't imagine how you try and get 26 dogs back on the leash. That's what was going through my head
Well,
then.
we do kind of like, I do when I'm at home with them, like training, like pack training, like for pack walking and things like that. And they do tend to hang around you because they know you're the boss and that sort of thing. You've got the few who run off and do a bit of exploration and that, but they always come back to make sure that that's okay, and they come and they check with you and then they run off again.
It sounds like kids, eh?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And then when we meet other people out there, they're really good at coming back to us the majority of the time. Just depending on the dog, we've got a couple of excitable little pups, young ones who are still learning and that sort of thing, but they're getting there.
And what's really great about your business, because I follow all these businesses, that I interact with.
I don't know how you get time to.
But, I just have, because I manage a lot of Facebook, I'm on Facebook quite a bit, so, and see all these adventures that you go to the beach, I've seen you up at Castle Point and things like that. The dogs, I was talking to Vicky Pickering last night. She follows your Facebook because she enjoys seeing what the dogs do and how happy they are, so it's like you get the whole following of people who are enjoying what the dogs are doing.
Yeah, well, Anne-Marie's been putting up lots of stuff lately because I kind of got into a bit of a slump with it, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of thought, well, we're kind of doing the same thing a lot at the moment, apart from like when we went to Castle Point and that sort of thing. When we do something different or unusual, that's when I tend to post a bit more. But Anne-Marie's posting up lots at the moment, which is really, really good.
That's
and
cool.
It's getting it more out there and people are loving it.
Because they've all got different personalities, haven't they, the dogs?
Every single one of them. Yeah.
Because I've been up to Barbara's a few times when she was at the old place and a couple of times at the new place.
Yeah.
And, you sort of focusing on the one that's sort of, you like that personality of that dog. Because I used to love Larry. He's just
Oh, gosh, Larry.
My Sasuke loved Larry.
Yeah,
they were
best buddies.
Yeah. And every now and then when Larry returns, I'm like, Sasuke. Larry's here. And he's like, oh,
Larry.
Larry.
It's quite. They need to get a room, really. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we sat with Barbara and she'd be going, Larry.
Yeah.
And he's always up to something naughty.
He's quite cheeky, eh, Larry?
Yeah.
I haven't had Larry for a while because his mum's been at home with the new baby and whatnot. So
he doesn't really need to come to daycare.
No. But we do see him from time to time, which is really cool.
But what was really nice was what you said, that if your dog is depressed, that's an
socialisation.
It's a great
Absolutely.
reason to go to daycare or to go for a walk with other dogs.
Yeah, definitely. And he seems to have perked up, but now we're working on his weight. So we're talking about Anne-Marie's dog.
Not
Larry.
Not Larry anymore. Yeah, Sasuke for a whole summer ate cicadas. And so lots and lots of protein, and he became really fat, like really, really quickly.
Off cicadas?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
it's not due to me feeding him, because honestly, I feed him, I feel pathetic. It's like real tiny, and he looks at me like, really? And I'm like, yeah, you're so fat.
I'll go and find some cicadas then.
So he just ate them, which he was doing me a favour because I hate bugs and moths, and he was saving my life. He really was.
So is it just cicadas or does he eat other bugs?
No, I don't think so. It was generally
Just
cicadas.
cicadas.
But he likes catching rats, though.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They call them rat dogs, little foxes.
Oh, yeah, of
rat
course.
dogs,
Yeah. Cute, though.
Yes, and
He is,
hedgehogs,
he's adorable.
unfortunately. Hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs.
yes. Yeah.
Because those little ones can be quite good hunters, can't they?
He's an amazing little hunter.
Yeah.
But it's not cool for the hedgehogs.
Not really, no.
No. Gotta be
Or the
nice to
rats.
hedgehogs.
No, the rats I'm okay with.
Or the cicadas.
Yeah, they're saving my life. So.
Well, where Anne-Marie lives, they're in quite sort of a bushy
All
area.
right, so there'll be heaps of them down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember a couple of summers ago, they were rampant. They were,
They come out every so often, don't they, in a big amount?
Yes, every 7-year cycle, you get a mass.
Masses, yeah.
You get to hear them going.
Yeah, I remember years ago when we lived in Upper Hutt, we were walking down the river trail in Upper Hutt, and a friend of mine and I, and we couldn't even hear each other speak because the cicadas were so loud.
Wow.
Yeah, they were the first year that we moved here. Actually, they were very loud. That was in 2008. We had a very hot summer, and we had lots of cicadas. And we were like, oh, this is the summer. This is what it's like, you know. But then the following year, there weren't so many cicadas, so it must have been just hit that 7-year cycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great to hear them because you hear them all day, don't you? And it's like you don't get that kind of sound in England. It was novel, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, what's this? It's that noise you hear on films.
Yeah.
In America, you know.
Yeah.
We got it here now. We know what it's all about.
Then you get the crickets, eh?
Yeah, they do the same sort of noise, don't they?
They're a bit more peaceful, the cricket noisy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and the bugs here, like when we found our first wetter, that was interesting. But my kids love wetters, honestly. They hunt them and things like that. It's like, don't bring them in the house.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to touch it. I don't like it. So, yeah, it's completely
Picture
mad.
is fine because you know it's not going to go anywhere near you.
No, and the cockroaches, I don't like them either at all.
No.
They're not very good.
No.
So I'm looking for something to play. I'm going to play some Looking for Alaska this morning because it's really chill, and I'm feeling quite chill about Monday today, and they're pretty cool. And I'm thinking this button is the one that I need to press. So here we go.
In the way that arrives me, like falling into an ocean without an end. It's not the way that we fall out. It's not the way that we fight when we can't pretend. It's in the way that you pull out, like falling deeper until I see you again. When you're high and can't find a way down, I'm calling out. When your heart is 6 feet underground, I'm calling out. When your mind is clouded and filled with doubt, I'm calling out. When you've lost the one you can't be without, I'm calling out.
It's not the way that you hold me. It's not the way that you act when we're all alone. It's in the way that you carefree, falling into a world lost on my own. It's not the way that we don't speak. It's not the way that we spend a night on our own. It's in the way that we don't sleep, like falling deeper, sinking fast like a stone.
When you're high and can't find a way down, I'm calling out. When your heart is 6 feet underground,
Good morning, you're listening to Nothing Personal with Nikki King on 92.7 Arrow FM, and we'll be going out a bit later on today on Wairarapa TV, and it gets repeated throughout the day, and it's on again tomorrow, I think at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. So we're part of the Women in Business network. We have a Facebook community, and if you're a woman and you have got a business or you're thinking of starting a business, you can hop along to Wairarapa Women in Business and join our group. We're very supportive. We we try and help you answer your questions, anything you've got problems with, and there's lots and lots and lots of business women in there, so they've probably got the service that you require. If you go in there, do you think?
Yes.
I would say there's 500 and something women in there now.
All you need to do is ask, is anyone out there
Ever done this?
or whatever?
Yeah,
and then you go get a whole
Does anybody know how to fix this thing on Facebook?
Yeah.
Does anybody know how to do this on the website? There's somebody out there who can help you. And you don't have to, I know it can be quite isolating having your own business, so you don't have to be sat there on your own, just join the Facebook group. And it's great because my sponsor came from the Women in Business group, Shari, Hot Yoga for You. Thank you for sponsoring our show. And as I said earlier, they have got a beginner's class, so if you do want to get into yoga, you can go along to that tonight. Now, somebody told me that for good well-being, I need to add that into my workout schedule, but I don't know how I'd fit everything in.
One thing at a time.
Exactly. No, I'm definitely going to do yoga, though. I think I need to it's amazing how quickly you use your flexibility.
I'm not very flexible.
Yeah. So there's some great women out there.
And work-wise.
Yeah, at the same time you are.
Yeah.
There's some great women out there with some great businesses, and we've had some new people. And on the first Friday of the month, we all meet up at Clareville Bakery, and we have a breakfast meeting at 8:30, and that goes from 8:30 till 9:30. And that's a really supportive group of women. It's not all the 500, obviously, but there's you can pop along into that and talk about anything that's going wrong in your business. And usually it's quite positive, and we help each other out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've been along to a few, haven't you?
I've managed to get a couple. It can be a bit tricky with dog
Dogs.
drop-off times and things like that. So
I suppose it's easier in the summer when we can get the dogs into the garden if we go into the garden, because they've got quite a nice garden at Clareville, eh?
yeah, and depending on how many dogs I've got. No, I think they'll be pretty good. And at that time of the morning, there's not a lot of people at Clareville.
No, that's right. It's just a nice little place to hang out. So we were just talking about your clocks and how you make them. So if they wanted to, if anybody thought, right, I really need a good statement piece for my lounge, how would they get in touch with you? Have you got a Facebook page?
Yes. Yep. So Reel Time, REEL time for cable reels.
That's really clever.
Yeah. Actually, my partner thought of that, and then I've got a little verse, I suppose, that Barb actually did. I was like, help! Because she's quite the wordsmith.
Yep.
So, the statement on the back is, time is precious, make it real.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yep. She thought of that in her shower. It's amazing what goes on in your shower.
Well, it's creative.
So they can get a hold of me.
Space.
I actually have quite a few photos of some of the clocks I've done. What I try not to do is make the same clock, so everyone has their own statement piece. They will not see the same clock anywhere else.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah. So whatever decor you have, I can perhaps try and match it or make it stand out. Or
that's
it's
pretty
good
cool.
They'll be good for in like a big business in an office, as well.
You do need to have a decent wall, like to actually put things around it where actually take away the timepiece that it is.
So that would suit me because I'm pretty simple. I'm when my design style is clean, which is very statement piece, let it breathe kind of design. Yeah, I probably really enjoy to. Got a massive wall in my lounge. I'm thinking, I have to save up one of these clocks, put it on the wall, But yeah, and so do you paint them or are they all natural?
It depends. So yes, I have painted them in the past, and I still can do that. So I've made a bright red one.
Oh, nice! That sounds me.
Somebody who was
black,
doing their kitchen, it had a black face with the background was red. Also done a full black one with a silver face.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I've done I actually said to my neighbour, do you have any white paint? I've got so much white paint. I have another property somewhere else. And
Yep.
she was like, yeah, come on over. She's from England. Don't know what you guys think your white is, but this was not white. This was British white, which is actually like a blue-grey.
Really pale, but not white.
It turned out amazing though. So there's one of those clocks hanging in Brackenbow in Featherston. And I just sold, I had 2 very similar to those 2 because I thought I'll just use this paint.
Yeah.
And those are the only 2 who really look the same.
Right.
But there is a difference. If you had them together, you'll see the difference. So I can do whatever. Right now I've got some really amazing reels, and when I send them back, they all go different colours. It's a Baltic pine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But and they've got really cool knots in them.
Yeah, yeah. Because
So-
the character of the wood, it's nice to show that
That's
through
right. Yeah.
sometimes,
So
isn't it?
I'm really reluctant to actually paint those ones.
Yeah.
So those ones I'm just staining once I've sanded them back.
You could probably just lacquer them as well.
Yeah,
Potentially.
yeah. The stain I've got is almost like a lacquer, so it's not a complete stain.
But they are gorgeous. If I didn't already have a gorgeous one, I'd go for that one. But it's a smaller one too, that one at the moment.
That one's
isn't it?
65, yeah. So I just did a vintage looking one as well, and the lady had made that to order, basically. So I
Right.
had to bring her face in. And that was huge.
Clock
it was
face, that is.
Yeah, the clock face, not her face.
Let's put her face on a reel.
Somebody may want that.
No.
But that was 80 centimetres
Wow, that's
in
big.
diameter. Yeah, so I had to find a reel to match that. So that was huge. But she's just got a massive wall and she's redoing her house, and apparently you sit in the lounge and you look through these double doors straight at this massive clock. So can't wait to see once that's all up. She's
I've got a
those
wall
photos.
that's got nothing on it that would definitely fit one of your clocks. So yeah, I'm thinking now, like, you know, got me thinking.
You got it hooked.
Pete, it's nearly my birthday.
Isn't there an anniversary coming up? soon?
Yeah, as well.
Hey, Christmas.
But
Apparently, to a lot
Yeah.
of people, Christmas is just around the corner too. Did I say that out loud?
shut up, shut up.
I'll kick her.
Yeah, I've got 3 still at home children.
Yes.
I'm not thinking about Christmas
They
yet.
won't be listening.
No. Well, the one that's on a teacher-only day from Wycol
Oh,
probably
no.
will.
Oh no.
It's cancelled. Christmas is cancelled.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have to. Yeah, they have to do some serious work. Perhaps I should get one of these big clocks in my children's room so they get out of bed.
Oh, there's a thought.
They'll probably ignore it
Yeah, they
because
probably
it's a
would.
silent ticker.
Exactly, and no
You have to get a
alarm.
noisy one.
Yeah, they don't have an alarm or anything.
The problem with my middle boy, he sets the alarm every day. He sets his alarm every day, even in the holidays, and he ignores it.
He's just training himself for adulthood.
And I don't know why he's got his alarm noise as birds. So it drives the dog mad. So the dog wakes us up.
I have that as well. The birds wake me up in the morning. I love
Yeah,
it.
I know, but he doesn't hear it.
He
But the
doesn't.
dog does. The dog's going,
Oh, yeah.
there's birds in his bedroom. Birds in his
Let me
bedroom.
in, let me in.
Let me in.
It's become white noise to him now, see?
But the dog, I don't need to set an alarm.
What you need to do is go in there when he's not looking and change the sound on his alarm. That'll get his attention.
Yeah, exactly. Big siren. Yeah,
An ear horn.
that's the one. Nobody's invented to get your child out of bed air horn clock yet, have they?
No.
Be a good one.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I threatened him with the water pistol.
Get a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shoot him. Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
Because you just get sick of going up and down the hot. The other 2 get up, but he's
Yeah.
just like, no, I'm
Teenager.
stay in bed.
Yeah.
Teenage boys.
Yeah,
As
true.
I said, he's practicing for adulthood.
Yes, lovely. So, right, so you've still got spaces at Mini Mutts at the moment for new dogs?
Yeah, a few. I
Yeah.
have a few new clients, and they're normally just a couple of days a week and that sort of thing. So juggling the days they want and what the days I've got and all that sort of thing can be quite a mission sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, generally speaking, I can fit them all in, and there's also juggling personalities as well with some of the dogs.
Yep.
That can be a bit tricky at times, but generally speaking, they get on really, really well.
So, coming back to the dog walking service, can I ask this to both of you, because you're both
Yes.
involved in that. how would they get in touch with you and arrange that? And is there any special requirements the dogs need before they are taken for the dog walks?
They don't. We won't take aggressive dogs.
Right.
No. They do need to be social,
Right.
or have some
degree of socialisation.
Because generally what happens is dogs get threatened by other dogs when they're in smaller areas.
Yeah.
So I've got to pick them up. I can only fit 9 in my truck because they're not generally small dogs. So I'm catering more so for the bigger dogs.
Right.
So yeah, they have to, understand that once they're in my truck, there is no fighting because we will have an accident, really.
Yes.
So I have... It seems to be in Martinborough they have a lot of labs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Labradors.
Yeah.
She's lab heavy.
yeah, I am.
Martinborough.
It's beautiful, and they're beautiful
Yeah, they
dogs.
are.
Oh,
don't
they're
get me
lovely,
wrong.
aren't they?
Oh,
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So I had 6 labs in the back of my truck the other day, and then my shepherd, and then I have an old girl that I walk. She's 14, an old lab, so I have to
lovely.
help her up into my truck. And then her little mate, his name's Jasper. So when we're talking about personalities, like Barb said, Jasper's quite grumpy at first to any dog. So he has to ride shotgun with me, so I have full control over him. And because he'll turn around and go, rah, and I'm like, quit it, dude, we're going to go walking. But once they're all out of the car, they tend to just stick together, and they're there for the same mission and to have fun, get a decent run in.
Exercise and mental stimulation.
Awesome.
Yeah, swim if they want to swim. And then my poor truck is getting hammered. So I need to buy a new truck.
No, you don't. You need to buy an old.
Oh, yes, an older new truck.
You need to line it out in dog.
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
Dog.
So I've got dog covers that sit in the front seat, the back seat, up the side of my cab.
Yeah.
And then in the back it's fine. It's a tough deck. But
You need to buy something old like I did when I first started out.
Yeah.
I gave myself a budget, and I had to find something within that budget that would allow me to have the dogs in it. And it didn't matter what happened, how grubby it got, whatever. It was just an old car, but it was still trustworthy and roadworthy and all that sort of
But
stuff.
then when you got the new thing, you've got all custom sheds and things in there, haven't you?
custom sheets.
Little tiny houses for dogs.
She does, yes.
I have a crate in the back with little, I call them cells.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy schmancy,
It's
that,
a paddy
eh?
wagon. Yeah.
It is. Completely designed for dogs.
A puppy wagon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got different sizes, so I can put sort of any double ups of dogs in each of them actually, because the cells are quite roomy, and they do the job really well.
Yeah. So do you go and pick up the dogs?
Yes, yeah, I do. So I generally try and set off about 8 o'clock in the morning, drag my ass out of bed. I mean, the difference being from the corporate world is, I had to get up and leave. And
Yes.
this one, I'm like, what's the weather doing? Am I going to go? Yeah, of course I'm going to go. So it's not generally weather dependent.
No.
In a storm, I will not walk.
No,
No.
that couple of Mondays ago we had all that thunder and lightning and
No, you
the
wouldn't want to
wind
walk in
and-
that.
No, even
I mean, there's
won't.
no such thing really as bad weather. It is bad clothing.
Yeah,
At the
it
end of
is,
the day.
really.
So I shoot around and pick up these dogs. I have one who's right out by Stonehenge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'll be picking her up on my way.
After this
Oh,
today.
nice.
Yeah. And then quickly shoot home, drop my shepherd because he's a bit sad, and because he was fixed, by the way.
Yeah,
And my little Foxy with him just to keep him company.
Yeah.
Get changed because I can't walk in this.
No.
And then, I'll head out to Martinborough where I've got 5 to pick up in Martinborough. And so, and then another one in Featherston on my travels. And then, I'll head out to the lake and
awesome.
go for a trot out there with them. So my service is an hour walk.
Right.
Often a lot more.
Yeah. So it's, definitely an hour, if not a little bit more. Your dogs can be gone for about 3 hours sometimes
up
because
to,
by the
yeah.
time
You've got to drop them all off and
Yeah.
pick them up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you only get charged for the hour.
Hours
You're not
right.
getting charged for
and
3
mileage,
hours.
of course.
Yeah, to pick them up.
Picking up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's $7 to Martinborough. It is $10 to Carterton, but if you're rural Carterton,
It's a bit more.
$15.
Yeah, no, that's right, because it's quite a way out there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's 12k in from Carterton. And Featherston obviously is free
Yeah.
for the mileage. And it's $15 an hour per dog.
Oh, so it's quite reasonable, really.
It's, yeah. We did have a little bit more than that, but our clientele was not
We weren't
really
picking
there.
them up, so we needed
No.
to drop it down
Yeah.
a bit.
I think in business you're always adjusting your pricing to where your target is, and I'm sure as soon as people pick up that you're there and you're offering this pickup service, it's really cool, and your experience with the dogs, and so it's a really cool thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it'll pick up to the point where Anne-Marie will have to do 2 or 3 walks a day, so she won't be able to do, I call it when she does a scoop and she goes and picks everyone up and
Yeah.
then walks them all together. She'll actually have to stop doing that, and she'll only be able to do like the Martinborough pack and the Greyhound
Yeah,
pack and the Carterton pack or whatever. That's what I'm hoping to build it up to. What she thinks, I'm not sure.
I had been doing it in two lots at some
you
stage.
did on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did
I-
on Friday.
I had to do it in 2 lots. It was just too hard, really,
Yeah.
because I had to drop my dog off to the vet and
yeah.
do the whole scoop. Yeah.
But so if you're looking for a dog walking service, we can highly recommend Mini Mutts.
Mini mutts walking for any mutts.
Yeah, and these guys, they totally love dogs. You can see that. I mean, every time I've had Barbara, I had Barbara on with Pip de la Barca last time.
Twice.
Twice, yeah, because I didn't turn the podcast on
Yes.
the first time.
So we had to do a repeat.
I'm pretty good at pressing all the buttons these days. That sounds terrible to say. But yeah, no, I'm pretty good at getting organised, because there's a lot of buttons to press in here. If you're watching at home, there are heaps of buttons and knobs and things
There are.
to get involved with in the studio. So when I first started, I was pretty hopeless at pressing all those buttons. But you guys, you built your reputation up with Mini Mutts, and now you've got this dog walking service. I'm sure that that's going to take off. And you
I
do
hope so.
grooming as well, don't you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
do a lot. If I do a groom, it's usually just 1 per day.
Yeah.
Because I do need to, pay attention to the others.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my main bread and butter.
Yeah, but I'm really excited by your clocks.
They are really, really.
So you say you got some in stock at the moment.
Yes.
Could people come along to your place and have a look at them?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can give them ideas, or they can give me ideas of what they're actually after.
So you can do like a consultation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
cool.
not?
Yeah, no, that's a good thing, because then
Yeah.
if people do want a statement timepiece. Another thing, I talked to my husband quite a lot about the guests I'm getting onto my show, I was talking about clocks, because he knows I like clocks, and he was like, "Oh, do they go outside?" I was like, "Can you put them outside?"
So generally no, but the couple of faces that I have been bringing in are made for outside.
All right, okay.
So, but the difference being is I'm putting them on a reel.
Exactly. So you'd have to treat them to be.
I wouldn't expose them to the elements. So if
No.
you're going to put it outside, you're probably into an outside covered area.
Yes.
If anything.
Yes.
And so you wouldn't have it directly.
I wouldn't put them outside.
No,
What would you want to
Nice.
pluck outside for anyway?
I've got a mirror outside, which is pretty cool. And I've got mirrors hanging in my trees.
I just want to lose time outside.
No.
Chill out, in the garden. But I just love clocks. It's right up my street. Yeah. So
they're getting better. Every time I make them,
I think,
they
yeah.
are getting better. We're perfecting little
The
bits.
technique.
Yeah.
And
My
I-
partner's been amazing because he's got this amazing eye for detail. He'll know if it's 2 mil out or something like that. And he's like, no. So, yeah.
I think everybody's partner's like that. My sort of partner is. Did you say partner then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
my partner.
I'm like presuming I heard that then. My partner's quite good with proofreading. He's a bit of a grammar Nazi. So if I if I put some proofreading out there for a poster, I run it by my husband and pick up the small details that I've missed, because I'm a big picture person. I'm like, I throw everything in and it's all agile, and I'm just going to modernise it as I go.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, yeah, this wrong and that wrong, and it's good to have those people who can see those 2 mils
Yes.
out. It just helps you, and then you go, oh. First of all, I was resistant to it, but now I know I get a better result.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm just like, honey, can you help? And he's like, yeah.
And then it gives you all this list, and you go, and then you go,
No.
that's what I do. And then I go, actually, no, that's really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'm so appreciative. I mean, he's such an amazing person with all this
Yeah.
math and,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
very
my
handy.
husband's been pretty good too with the whole mini mutts thing. And
Oh,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
amazing with technology. You ring him. It's like having your own teenager. When you can't.
to a degree.
Oh, he's pretty good well, compared to you and I. To be fair.
My husband's like
Well,
my husband's like that. He's more tech than I am, so I rely on him. He's a
Yeah.
software developer. So, like, we just cruise on him.
Yeah.
So, do you know how to do this? And he'll go, blah, 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 eyes glaze over.
Yeah. Can you do it?
Yeah, you do it, please.
Just hand it over.
And he starts explaining it. I was like, no, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to know how.
No,
Just
no.
get
But
it
I think
done.
the essence of good relationships is that you have the yin and the yang with each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because my husband is extremely introverted and I'm extremely extroverted.
Yeah.
And people go, how do you two get on? And
That's
it's
the
And
same.
that's how.
That's us too as well, eh?
Yeah.
We're extrovert.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and it works. It works because you balance
Well, it
each
must
other
do.
out. Yeah, you've got the. Imagine two extroverts in a relationship.
Oh.
You'd never invite them anywhere, would
No.
you?
No.
Or two introverts.
Yeah,
I know,
two
yeah.
introverts,
Oh, they're just going to sit there and look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all have to be different. There's
Yeah.
a great appreciation in the differences in life, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
So, have you got any more sort of interesting things you're going to introduce to Mini Mutts, or are you just trying to grow this for the moment?
Yeah, I'll concentrate on growing this for the moment, and I have ideas for the future.
Nice.
And plans, but whether my husband is on board with them or not's another story.
You just
I'll
introduce
have
them
to-
slowly. Bit
I
by bit.
know.
Yeah, very slowly. But
Plant the seed and let him believe it's his idea.
yeah, that's been done before many times.
Yeah, you're not watching Peter.
Or listening. He won't be right now.
No,
I dread to
no.
think later.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So, and how would we get in touch with you, Barbara, for Mini Mutts?
Well, for Mini Mutts, my main social media is out there on Facebook, of course. And I am hoping to have a website soon. I've got a domain already, Nikki. You'll be pleased to hear.
Very good. It's all underway then. That's
It is,
exciting.
it is,
That's
and-
very, very exciting.
Yes, and Anne-Marie's eldest was actually going to do it for me, but he is leaving to go to Perth. Him and his partner are off to Perth for
Very
goodness
nice.
knows how long. So he's leaving me, so
Hopefully
might be
you'll
throwing
get
it in
in
your
there.
direction.
Okay, well, that's fine. I've always had Mini Mutts here in my heart.
I know.
And that's really cool. I'm just going to pick up the Women in Business thing and see if anybody's put any promotions out today,
Oh, yes.
because that's another thing that we do. If you're part of the Women in Business, I give you a shout out on the show.
Yeah. And I also, of course, have my van, which has got Mini Mutts splashed all over it with my phone number and all that sort of thing.
Exactly.
So,
And I run in stealth mode.
Okay, so
at the moment.
so if you were tuned in about a few weeks ago now, you will have seen Katie Winstanley on my show from Changes Medispa, and she had a lot to say. She's a really lovely lady, lovely, beautiful personality, really bubbly. She owns the Changes Medispa up in Lansdowne, and she's got a mother and daughter facial at Changes Medispa in August. Bring your Miss Teen for a wonderful spa experience. And the skin experts will sort out all the skin while you both enjoy a facial together in one of the luxurious garden rooms. Now, if you haven't been to Changes, it's beautiful. They really pamper you. You feel like a bit of a rock star.
It's your go-to place, isn't it?
Well, yeah, me and Katie are mates. We've known each other through the Venus Network, so we sort of, I go up there. It's lovely. It's lovely. It's really lovely when I've had a lot of work and then I suddenly get rid of it. I go and have a day, because you have to rejuvenate yourself.
Recharge.
But anyway, the cost of this is $135 for two, and you go in the draw to win a Clear Start skincare pack worth $52. So it's not a bad price, that, to go and have a pamper for a day up at Changes. Really nice. And I think this is Platter. They've started doing kids' party grazes, and they're super cute. So you can go up to Platter on the Facebook page and check out the platters for kids. Oh, I'm looking at it now here. If you have a look.
Oh, wow.
So you can see she's got jellies
Do
and
you have to be a kid?
no blue jelly. Look at that.
Oh.
Blue jelly. So she's got a child's party coming up. Take the hassle out of the day and let us do a child's grazing table for you. So you can go to the Facebook page, message them for a quote, and they will give you a price for doing a kids grazing platter. But they're also doing these absolutely fantastic adult grazing platters. So they're really, really cool. And there's a lot of really exciting things going on in the Women in Business Network. I think Sherry, who's my sponsor, she's got a room to rent on Gurraboonie. And I went to have a look at that. It's a really, really nice room. So that's up for rent if you need a space to practice in or to run your business from. She's got a beautiful room up on Kirrapuni that she's looking to let out at the moment. So you can get in touch with her through the Hot Yoga For You Facebook page, or you can go to her website, which is hotyogaforyou.co.nz, and contact her through that. So, so we've not got very much time left. So I'm going to ask you a random question now.
Oh, God. Righto.
So, what is it that you really love about living in Wairarapa?
The space.
The space.
The space, I think. Yeah, it just takes me back to my home roots, if you like.
Yeah.
Which
I saw you visited.
I visited my childhood home over the weekend, yes, for the first time in 22 years.
Wow, how was that?
It was amazing. I felt I'm still buzzing from it, really. Just to see the changes on that's happened to the place, because I grew up on a farm in Hawke's Bay, and to see how much hasn't changed.
Yep.
As well, it's quite amazing. Yeah. Just blew my mind, really, and also to the fact that the people who live there, or the couple who live there now, via marriage, basically, I guess you could say, are kind of related.
Oh, wow!
And that's how I came to be able to go to my old childhood home and have a look.
That's amazing, isn't it? What a story!
Yeah, it's quite amazing.
So, what about you? You've been here 3 years, is it?
It'll be 3 years in December. Yeah.
So, what do you love about it?
Me. I was just trying to get your attention for the same thing.
Yeah, they love each other.
We're friends.
No,
Yeah.
I love my friends here.
What do I love about this place? Excuse me. I think it is the lack of people. Yeah. I came from the Kapiti Coast, and I grew up by the sea. Yeah. But I do miss the sea, because I had a house that literally was 5 metres from the beach. So listening to that every day was pretty stunning.
Oh, being by the sea is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very tranquil. So I have my own little tranquil place. Though at home we've got a big fish pond with waterfalls, so I still hear water all the time. And also the weather. I mean, the Kapiti Coast gets amazing weather as well. It's completely different from Wellington. But over here, I lived in Christchurch for 7.5 years. And it's very similar climate. It's insanely hot to insanely cold.
Yeah, the extremes, which is like Hawke's Bay as well.
Yeah. It does do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, one extreme to another.
Yeah, and the big skies. I love the big skies.
It just the space and the openness and like Anne-Marie said, the lack of people.
I love the fact that we have no traffic lights.
I love that. I love that.
Very few roundabouts, especially down our end of the region.
I think people in the UK, when I talk to them, they don't believe that we don't have any traffic lights in the whole region. They're like, what?
And that there aren't crashes all the time.
And they can't comprehend.
Yeah. Like, how do you control your traffic?
They probably can't comprehend the fact that we don't have a lot of traffic, I think.
That's the thing.
We
don't have the population either, like they do. So, the dense population.
That I always remember that first time we went beyond Masterton that way and there was no traffic.
Yeah, it's amazing, eh?
Yeah, and you're just like, there's nothing on the road.
Yeah. It's just us.
Yeah, a few trucks.
Yeah.
And
it's
you can
a very beautiful place here in Wairarapa.
It is.
And the people are very collective. There's a lot of talented people over here. Musicians such as yourself, and then artists, I've seen some amazing art around here.
Artwork around.
I think the space allows for creatives to be themselves and to be inspired by, not by things that are really terribly, like in England you'd be inspired by like a lot of deprivation or sadness, urban. You've got that whole thing to be inspired by the nature and the weather and
the freedom,
the being and the freedom here, which has been different. It's been quite interesting to be a creative here.
Yeah, and also time, pardon the pun, isn't, you're not as rushed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Pardon the
had to bring time in there. The clock. Time is precious.
Yes, it is. It's the only thing that we've got, really.
Yeah.
And we can't ever bring it back. It's a
right.
limited resource. It's finite, isn't it?
Yeah. So, you actually make more of that time by being out here, I think, than being, you know, an urban dweller. So
And I
to speak.
suppose you guys get lots of inspiration and feel for it because you're out with the dogs.
It's an amazing place to walk. You know, it's so
Clears the
scenically
cobwebs.
beautiful. Yeah. Honestly, even if you don't walk dogs, just get out and walk the place. you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Exactly.
And walk
Even
your
if you're
cat.
just walking around, yes, it has been known to happen.
It has.
Even if you just walk around the block.
Yeah,
know,
there's some
of
lovely
where you
places to
live.
walk. I mean, from 2 minutes from me, you've got Millennium Reserve, which is all natives, and a lake, and you can take your dog there. We've took our dog there a few times, and you know, it's just some amazing places to walk, isn't there? Henley Lake's a really good place.
Yeah.
And
we
park your camper van.
but don't drive it into the lake.
No, it's still being talked about.
Oh, I know. Well, it was fairly recent, wasn't it?
I mean, that's probably the most exciting thing that's ever happened in Masterton for about 6 months.
Oh,
Somebody drives into a lake.
yeah, it still boggles the mind. But
Exactly.
even Queen Elizabeth Park is really good. Are we going over?
Yeah, I'm going to have to say goodbye now.
Okay.
But it's been a fantastic morning. Thank you for being so fabulous. You've been listening to Nothing Personal with Nikki King. I'm preparing my guest list for next week. I could have a very exciting guest, but you will have to tune in next week at 9:30 to find out. Thank you for being fabulous guests,
you
Barbara
very
and
much.
Anna Marie.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time at the same time. I'm signing off now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Contact the Broadcasting Standards Authority and we will help you to do so.